Kia ora, Tefano. I keep getting a lot of feedback saying, Grant, you need to do a course. You need to do something more than the videos that you're giving us. So I've put together a 30-day program, and this is an overview video of what it's all about. I want to do this to show you what it's all about, and also I'd love to get your feedback on what you think of it. I think it's a really good program. I think it's quite innovative, but check out this video and let me know what you think. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a link down to where you can leave a response with a form down in the comments section or in the description. If you're on Facebook, there should be a link up in the post as well. When you click on it, it'll be an online form. You can jump straight in, fill in your details, and there'll be a bunch of questions there. And there's only a few questions to give your feedback on what you think about this presentation. So let's get into it. Starting in Te Reo Māori, 30-day Te Reo Māori Bootcamp. So the purpose. What is the purpose of this course? The purpose is really to help you get out of the blocks and started on your journey into Te Reo Māori. It's going to provide you with all the tools that you need for ongoing success. One of the hardest parts of the journey is actually starting for people. It's actually just being able to get out of the blocks, get started, and as part of that also see where they're going and how to actually cast a vision for themselves of where they're actually going with this. And that's what this course is all about, to help people achieve that. So who's it for? It's obviously for new starters in Te Reo Māori and people that want accountability on the journey. That can be one of the hardest things. You start this thing and then you go home and you're left and you're sort of there by yourself. And if you're not pushing yourself every day, which we all can fall off the bandwagon in that sense, if you're not pushing yourself every day, the whole thing can just become derailed, and that's the end of it. And you don't really get anywhere with it. So this course is not only focused so much on the actual learning of Te Reo Māori, but it's also about the accountability, and that's why it's for 30 days. It's a short course. It's short, sharp, it's snappy, and we can get in, get heaps of work done, keep each other accountable, and get a result at the end of it. So the course structure, I've broken it up into 5 parts here. So let's go through. The first one is understanding your why. Now, this might seem a bit foreign to most people when you're looking at a Te Reo Māori course, and what understanding your why is all about. It's about getting a deeper understanding and a deeper connection with why you're actually doing this, why you actually want to go on this journey, and why you want the outcome that you want. And being able to connect to that really strongly will help you stay focused. It'll help you stay committed. It'll really help you get past the struggles because you can channel that why, and it'll just help with your overall success. But we'll get into it in a bit more. Get into it a bit more in a sec. The next one's overcoming fears. So there's a lot of the feedback I'm getting from people is there's a lot of fear along the learning journey. Fear of being judged, fear of fear of failure, fear of being ridiculed, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to do a bunch of stuff in this 30 days to really help you get past those things. The third point there, accountability. So I'm going to go into that a lot more soon, but this is not a program where you just get the information and say, here you go, do it. It's going to be 30 days. It'll be full on. You're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to do a lot of talking. You're going to get right out of your comfort zone, and you're going to be held accountable for everything that you do. The minimum effective dose, that's all about learning the minimum amount of things that you need to learn to get the maximum amount of results or the maximum amount of things that you want to say, essentially. There's a bit of a train of thought that 80% of what's said in a language can be broken down to like 300 or 400 key words. So if we can learn those 3 or 4 key words, we can, in theory, we can essentially have conversations. We can spend 80% of the day talking what we normally talk about if we just learn those 300 words and learn those correct sentence structures. So we're going to really focus on that as well. And the last point there is just resources, and I'll go over all the resources that you're going to get with the course. Understanding your why. So having a strong why. What this is really built off, and I see quite a few different training programs starting to tap into this because it is such a strong model. It's a model that's, I think, based off a guy named Simon Sinek, and as part of the program that we're going to do, you'll actually be reviewing that video and to get a better understanding of it. And it basically breaks down this what, how, and why model. And it talks about what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. And he talks a lot about having a strong foundation for why and having a really strong understanding of it, or what your why is. It makes the how and the what a lot easier. And what I've noticed from the research that I've done is a lot of courses out there, they focus on what they're going to do and they focus on how they're going to do it, but there's not a lot of helping people to connect with why they're actually doing it. So let's say in this case, it'll be what you're doing is learning Te Reo Māori. How you're going to do it is via this program. And that's where a lot of them stop. They say, what we're going to learn is this, here's the information on how to do it, this is the how. What we're going to do in this program is really take that next step even further and help you connect with your why, help you really understand, why it is that you want to do this and what that means to you. What sort of an emotional response can you get from that? Because if you can really tap into that emotion of why, you'll be able to connect to it through the hard times. For me, personally, I made it all about my kids, and I wanted, first and foremost, my kids to be able to speak Te Reo Māori, and from that, they'd be able to understand Te Ao Māori. They'd be able to understand their culture better. And then from that, it grew even further. I thought, you know what? If I've got 3 kids and I can teach all of them how to speak Te Reo Māori, and the next generation, or my moko, in theory, my kids would teach them how to speak Te Reo Māori, and in 10 generations, there might be like 1,000 more people on the world, on the planet that can speak Te Reo Māori, all because I took that one decision to learn, and that was really powerful for me. That was really why I thought, if I don't do this today, I'm doing all those people in 200 years' time a disservice. So if it's meant to be, it's up to me, and I've got to do this today. And that's then flourished into this course, into starting in Te Reo Māori movement, starting this course, and all those sorts of things. That's basically the overview of why, and helping you to cast a vision that's bigger than yourself, and really being able to draw upon that for inspiration to keep you moving on the journey. Next one is overcoming your fears. So this is another part of the Te Reo Māori journey that I think is lacking in a lot of courses. They say what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. They don't really touch on why, and they don't deal a lot. Well, from what I can see, there's not a lot of dealing with fears. So there's often fears of failure, fear of rejection, fear of humiliation, fear of being shamed. If you're a perfectionist, you don't want to look silly. So we're going to cover a lot of exercises to help you get past those fears. Now, the fears that are listed there are usually not necessarily isolated to learning Te Reo Māori or learning a language. They usually creep through in other areas of your life. So we're not just going to do Te Reo Māori focused activities and exercises to deal with these. We're going to do sort of broader exercises to help you handle these fears and help you overcome them and not let them be a roadblock for learning anymore. And as part of that, we're going to get speaking from day one. They'll be speaking online. They're going to be speaking in the group. I'll go into this in a sec. But yeah, you'll be speaking lots. Accountability. Now, this is what I think is probably the most innovative part of this program, and one thing that I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy. They might actually not enjoy it that much when they're being pushed a little bit, but it will definitely help people get a result. And the way I want to run this program is it goes for 30 days. All the participants over that 30 days will get put into a secret Facebook group. So we'll be all in there together, whether it's 20, 30, 40 people, and we'll all be in there working together. You're going to get to know these people. You're going to be talking with these people day in, day out for 30 days. It will literally be like spending 30 days in a classroom with these people. It'll be like being back at school. And the beauty of the technology that we have available today, we're able to do that. So let's say we get 30 people in there. We might, I'm going to drop down to the second point now. I think there's real power in being able to pair people up and form little clusters within that group. And you're essentially forming a little accountability group. And you guys will be, so there's 3 of you in an accountability group. You'll be together, not only the main group, but you'll also be in, a Facebook Messenger group together. You'll be texting each other. You'll be talking to each other, sending voice messages, sending videos, all around Te Reo Māori, all around your learning. And what I think that does is you'll get students that are here together and then one might start to learn a little bit more than the other, and all of a sudden you can start helping this person fill that gap. Okay, you can say, hey bro, what do you need help with? What can I help you with to get you from there to up here with me? What can I do to help? And it becomes this model where essentially the student almost becomes the teacher, which is really powerful for learning, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. There'll be daily homework, so this will be really strict as well, and your accountability group partners, they're going to keep you accountable to this. There's going to be lots of reading, you're going to do lots of writing, lots of listening, lots of watching, lots of speaking, and you'll be building an immersion environment for yourself. So you won't need to move somewhere where everyone in the street and everyone at work, they all speak Te Reo Māori. You're going to build that within your own home, and it's going to be really powerful for you. You'll be in, as we talked about, daily contact with your work group and the broader group. You're going to get constant feedback from me and the other students. And then the bottom one there, you're going to start doing lots of live videos to build your confidence in speaking. And they're going to be not only within the group, you're going to start casting these things out to your broader network as well. And you're going to start saying to all your friends in whānau that aren't part of this group, that, hey, I'm making a commitment today and I'm going to learn this and I'm going to share this journey with you. And I'm not going to be afraid of being judged. I want you all to support me, and I just want you to share this journey and for all of you to follow me along. So we're going to do all that sort of stuff as well. Accountability, it's going to be really powerful, promise you that. The minimum effective dose, so as I spoke about at the start, we're going to start learning the smallest amount of things that provide the largest amount of outputs. And it's really based around this 80-20 principle that says 80% of your results will come from 20% of your actions. So like a football team, 80% of a football team's points over their year usually come from 20% of the players, the goal kickers and the try scorers. And it's the same with language learning. We're going to learn the main 20% of words and phrases that we need to produce 80% of the things that we actually need to say. And you'll learn all the correct structures, all the correct frameworks, and they'll all be you'll be able to build up on these things quite easily. Sorry, I'm running out of time here. Resources, there's going to be video lessons, even more than what's available online at the moment within the group and on YouTube. We're going to do live calls each week, so that'll be facilitated by me. There'll be a chance to ask questions, do Q&A, get feedback, even if you just need a bit of motivation and a bit of a kick up the bum, you're going to get that too. You're going to get all the tools that you need to build that immersion environment. You're going to get the flashcards, you're going to get the correct music and videos. You'll get activities to do at home. You get 24/7 access to the group. You get a copy of all the relevant structures and sentence structures in video, in PDF. Plus, you get lifetime access to the group. So you're going to go through this course with, say, 20 or 30 or 40 people in that group. The group's going to start, although the lessons will end after the 30 days, you'll still have access to all the videos. You still have access to all those people, and you're going to be friends for a very, very long time, I think. These are the people you're going to be able to call up in 6 months' time, say, kia ora, kei te pē a koe, and get on a video call and Skype call each other and do all that sort of stuff. They'll be your Reo buddies for life. Your feedback. So if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a link down in the comment section. If you're watching on Facebook, there'll be a link in the post somewhere up there, down there, for a form to provide your feedback. I'd love to hear what we think about this proposal that I'm putting forward about this course. It's not in cement yet, but I want to get some feedback first before I actually run this thing. I've got a few questions in there about you, what sort of person you are, the course structure, what you think about it. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's missing something? The time frame, so what you think about the 30 days. Is that good? Is it bad? Pricing is probably the biggest one. What you think you'd want to pay for this sort of course. Now, I'm expecting a bit of a pushback from this because there's a train of thought that you shouldn't monetize it. It shouldn't be sold, and I completely agree with that. But the world we live in today, money creates accountability, and if you put down a premium price on this, you pay a lot more attention than if I just gave it to you for nothing. And I guarantee you there'll be lots of people that have seen all the videos and they haven't taken that much notice. But if they paid X amount of dollars, they probably would. And what I want to get is the result for you, and a premium fee for that will get you that result. And then the last one is just recommendations about if you'd recommend this to friends. So I just want to say thank you. I've got 10 seconds left. I'm 15 minutes in now. Check out the course. Let me know what you think in the feedback form, and I'd love to work with you very soon.